Hi, I'm Jason Heath. You might know me from Contrabass Conversations, and you're about to watch a preview lesson from my course with discoverablebass.com. In my previous course, we covered the 3 fundamental positions in the lower part of the bass. So that's first position, right down here. Second position, which is where the tuning harmonics are. And third position, which is everything from the D on the G string all the way up to the G octave. So we've covered that first octave, those first 3 positions in that first course. And in this course, we're going to start off by getting into 4th position. And most people call this thumb position. And thumb position is really everything above the octave harmonic. And in the system that we're working here in this course, the Rabath fingering system and position system, that's called 4th position. And that goes from your G octave, which we play by lightly touching with the thumb, up to the D harmonic, which we find by lightly touching our 3rd finger. So 2 harmonics. Go ahead and find that G with your thumb. Play that harmonic. Let's play that 4 times together. 1, 2, 3, and. Go ahead and find your 3rd finger, and that's going to be about as wide as your hand can open. I think about just waving goodbye, and that's about the right size. And we lift the thumb and just touch with 3rd finger, and we find the note D. Let's play that 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and. So we're going to start off this course and this chapter by exploring these notes. And we are also going to play them on the D string. So let's start off by playing 4 times thumb harmonic on the D string, and then we'll move over to the G string. And before we do, just a word about the bow. Now that we're up here on the octave harmonic, we've actually cut half of the string length off. So while playing flat hair and right between the bridge and fingerboard is great for an open string, by the time we get up here into 4th position, we want to be closer to the bridge, and we want to angle the bow hair just a little bit. So I'm taking the stick and I'm pointing the stick just a little bit toward my face. So I'm still using most of the hair, but I'm just at a little bit of an angle that gets a little more direct and clean sound. So put your bow on the D string, put your thumb on that D harmonic, and just tilt that stick toward you so you can see the top of your stick. And let's play 4 times on the D harmonic, 4 times on the G harmonic. 1, 2, 3, and. And you can repeat that as many times as you like just to get comfortable. That's one of my standard warm-up exercises on a daily basis. Now let's find that D again on the D string, and let's find that 3rd finger D on the G string. That's an octave, and let's play 4 times on this D, and then 4 times on this D. And I'm lifting either finger. I could leave them both down, but typically I just have 1 finger down when I'm playing harmonics. So let's alternate. We'll play 4 on the low D and then 4 times on the high D. 1, 2, 3, and. Now a word on positioning. I'm standing here, but for both standing and sitting, what we want to do when we get into 4th position, into the thumb position area, is we want to take the bass and we want to bow into the bass a little bit. And what you see is my collarbone right here. This neck of the bass just comes and rests on my collarbone. Now this is not the only way to play in thumb position. People have different ways to get around the bass, but I find that this is a very comfortable way, and so the bass can actually just sit there right between my collarbone and my shoulder. It's very comfortable for most people. And then if I want to go down to the lower position, I just stand upright. And when you're sitting, it's a very similar thing. Just watch out when you're sitting that you don't collapse over the bass. You want to make sure that you let the bass come into your body. One last thing in terms of positioning, it's very common for bass players to crane their head over the bass, and the human head is pretty heavy, and you're causing all sorts of undue stress on the muscles in the back, and also it's just not very fun to look at someone who's playing with their head all the way down to the neck. So I encourage you to try to look out. If you have a window near where you practice, that's a great thing to do when you're playing in thumb position. Try to look out the window, and if you need to look down at the music stand, look down with your eyes, but try not to crane your head over the bass. Now, we've been playing harmonics, and now we're going to start playing closed notes. And this position is very, very, very similar to first position. In fact, it has the same notes. If we play on the G string, G, A, B, I play thumb, 1, 3. Now, this is a mirror image of first position. I play open, 1, and then 4. So in thumb position, fourth finger turns into third finger, and your open string turns into your thumb harmonic. And we're going to be doing a lot of pieces in thumb position, fourth position, and then also down here in first position. And your fingers come at the string in just a slightly different angle, and it's just by virtue of the fact that you're going up into this position. Like here, you can be nice and square with the hand, but if I try to do the same thing up here, it's an extremely awkward angle, and it's actually not very ergonomic. So I take and I just let my fingers go up the string, and I'm trying to keep my second knuckle right here, especially on the first finger, over the string. So you don't want to be back like this, you don't want to be over like this, you don't want to be this way, you just want to let this come this way. And from my player perspective, my fingers look like they're at about a 45-degree angle to the string. So a great warm-up exercise is to just be in first position, slide the hand down into fourth position, thumbs on the octave harmonic, and you can mark these notes. It's absolutely fine with a pencil or a little dot or something, and you can mark this octave, you can mark the D harmonic here, and you can mark these notes we're about to learn. So we're going to play 4 times on the G harmonic. Then we're going to close the note A with first finger. And I also have thumb down along with first finger, so I'm helping out first finger with thumb. Then I put down 2 and 3. So for the first time, we're using third finger now, up here, and I play third finger. And by the way, there's a harmonic, a B harmonic under that note. So we've got the notes G, A, B, and then we can go back to A. And we can loop that as many times as we like. So let's try that 4 times on each note, starting on the G harmonic. 1, 2, 3, and. And you can do that as many times as you like. Some things to watch out for. You may notice a sort of choked sound happening. That is probably due to you not being close enough to the bridge. So let me play the note A, and now I'm going to get a little further away from the bridge, move up on the fingerboard, and you hear that sort of wounded animal sound. That happens very easily on the bass if you're not close enough to the bridge. So all you do is move slightly down, and you can kind of hear when everything rings nice and full. You want every note up here to sound just as full as down here. So if I play this A here, I should be able to get the same type of sound up here. So really work to make the quality of sound up here as good as the quality of sound down here. Now, let's do just a couple more exercises. We're going to do so I'm playing G, A, B, B, A, G. And again, this is great for looping. We're just getting comfortable with these foundational notes up here. Let's try that together, starting on G harmonic. 1, 2, 3, and. And again, you can repeat that, get comfortable with it, listen for the tone, listen to the intonation, go down and play those same notes in first position. Keep that intonation in your head and go back up here. It's a really healthy way to approach learning fourth position. And now one last move we're going to learn. It's like a pivot that we do in this position. It's more of an opening of the hand, like we did to find that D harmonic. I'm going to show you how we get from G, A, B to D. What you do is you play just like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop the hand open and lift the other fingers up. I think of it almost like a ski jump. So you're here, and you just let the weight off the string and just open up for that D harmonic. Let's try just those notes. So we'll do G, A, B, and notice my thumb is staying in position. I'm not shifting, I'm opening. That's a distinction you really want to get down because it opens a lot of doors up here. So let's just try getting from the G to the D. 1, 2, 3, and then we can reverse that too. We can go from 3, close the hand, to 3 on B. And we've got a little exercise for you here that uses those notes. Here's how it goes. Let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, and. You can do all of these exercises on the D string. You can even do them on the A string. And if you're really feeling adventurous, you can try them on the E string, although we don't use that much. Practice these techniques, internalize them, get them into your bass vocabulary, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you'd like to learn more about this course from me, check out the link below.